I have spoken.
You may fire when ready.
Yo, apprentices, acolytes, and fellow lords, coming into the Dark Temple, visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Katarn, and so many of the Force sensitives like yourself. I am Lord Dagovere, and it's so good to see you, fam. Thank you so much for coming in today. Let's go. There's actually a little bit to talk about. Let's freaking go. How y'all doing?
Mando!
Yo, who do we got in the chat? Logan, Rebel Dom, Leon, Anthony, Jeff, Anura. Thank you so much for being here. Yo, can I get for the first time today? Ready up. Ready up. Let's go, guys. How was your week? How was everything? Let's go. I appreciate you all being here. Some stuff to talk about, nothing crazy, not too much. We have some community questions that we're going to go over. But of course, if you guys have any questions, any and all questions for Star Wars, welcome here. How you guys doing? I got my shirt on today. This is one of my favorite Star Wars shirts with the fin and the hand. It's always pretty sick. I like it, dude. Here for the first time. I know. I didn't recognize your name, so it's pretty cool. Usually we're pretty tightly knit here, but that doesn't stop us from letting new people in. Doesn't matter if you like Disney canon, Legends, man. Just appreciate you. Listen, comment, have fun, enjoy yourself, and most importantly, ready up. Enjoy some knowledge, man. Come and get the good stuff. We also have the Discord link inside every description for the video. For the videos for shorts. So if you guys want to come into the Discord as well, you can be a part of it. Let's go. How you guys doing today, man? Star Wars fan since 1977. Let's go, Jeff. Let's go. Yeah, Unk got it, man. Love to see it, dude. Usually I'm the Unk when I hit it. Ben says, I know I've said this before, but do you want left? Do you want my left or right? I'm sorry, Ben. You can keep both of your legs, because even if you gave me both of them, I would not give up the poster, man. The poster's so good. I really appreciate that, by the way. Ready Up, fam. Thank you for being here. I know they're so good, man. I have the Return of the Jedi one too on the other side. It's pretty sick. They're almost parallel to each other, like completely parallel. It's pretty awesome, man. But how you guys doing today? How's everybody? How's everybody? Have you guys heard the news? Any questions and everything? We're gonna go over. So two things that we're gonna go over. Actually, it's more than two things. So we're gonna go over Tom Cruise. We're gonna go over somebody hating Yoda, and we're gonna go over some Bastila Sean versus Avar Chris in the chat. And then we have a poll that we're going to go over. Those are the main things. There's just about 4 things that we're going to go over today. But I want to see what you all got in store for me today, apprentices and acolytes. Yeah, man. So let's go. Let's answer some stuff in the chat today. Catch up. How you doing today? Pretty good, man. Just another day. Work was very extensive, very difficult. There was probably meetings. I had meetings from about 9 o'clock till about 2:33 p.m. It was kind of crazy. And then I finished the day off with another hour and a half of meetings. So yeah, man, pretty crazy. Plus I'm also getting ready to travel for work, which is going to be crazy. I have to go to New York. It's always New York everywhere. Always having to travel to New York. I really don't like it, honestly. I've been that place too many times, man. It's too much, dude. Who would win, Darth Sidious or Darth Vicious? Jeff, you said you've been a fan since 1977, and you know who Darth Vicious is? I'm sorry, I'm just extremely impressed by your knowledge. Because it's not something I would think most fans of Star Wars since 1977. Have that knowledge of who Vicious is. So, in the chat, can we get a let's go? Oh my God, that's awesome, man. Yo, Sam, love the Star Wars stuff. Thank you so much, fam. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, that's all we do is talk about Star Wars. So here's my thing. I think that if you said that the most powerful Sith Lord is Darth Sidious or Vicious, I don't think you're wrong. I think those are the only 2 contenders for for the most powerful Sith Lord of all time. I do think that Vicious, especially at the end of the DLC for Star Wars: The Old Republic, he gets really stupid. Just really bogus of power. So I would say I would have to go with Vicious because of that stupid astronomical level that he is. But I think Darth Sidious is also right there. If he's not tied, he's probably just a little bit below. But I think what's interesting is about Darth Sidious is everything that Vicious has done, Sidious has done on a similar level. And I would even say that Vicious was inspired by Darth Sidious, and I'm not talking about the character itself knew about Darth Sidious, because that's obviously canonically incorrect, but chronologically and how the characters were created and when they were introduced and what the Dark Empire goes into. I would say that Vicious is basically 2.0 of what Darth Sidious did in the Dark Empire series. He's 2.0 of what he did on Biss. I still think that Sidious is vastly more talented and knowledgeable because Vicious had to use Zildrog and a couple other things to achieve a power, and then he was able to do it alone. But Sidious pretty much did things himself. And I think that's, where is it talent versus skill, or skill versus talent, those type of things. But I think if you say either one of them are first, I don't think you're wrong. I just think they're in a whole different dimension of power. Who do I think would win? I think it could go either way, honestly. I see probably Vicious winning more so just because the level of power is stupid, but I don't think you should underestimate Sidious and his power, because I think a lot of people don't understand how strong he is too. That's how I feel. Leon says, does this news mean Tom Cruise is in Star Wars Starfighter? No, I don't think so. If anything, he might have a cameo, a background character or something like that, but I don't think he's going to be in it at all. Always bugged me how weak the Jedi were when they controlled Palpatine. When they confronted Palpatine in 3. No. I think it's not how weak they are. It's you're dealing with the antichrist of the Force. You know, like you're dealing with the literal anti-chosen one. And I think that that's when a lot of people really don't understand is how powerful Sidious is. And although a lot of people around him were extremely powerful, like Mace Windu, and I think there's enough debate about, like, did Mace Windu actually win? He did not. You know, personally, I feel like he did. But I think that I think at the end of the day, it just goes to show you how strong Darth Sidious was. And that's the whole point of the Rule of Two. It's the whole point of the Sithari, who I believe Sidious is. And the Jedi were just not ready. I mean, if Yoda is there with Mace, Darth Sidious is getting smacked the fuck up. You know, that's how I feel. But yeah, that wasn't the way it worked. That's not how it was written. You know, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Thank you so much, Nosferatu. I appreciate you being here. Ready up. Appreciate that, dude. Winnow put up a fight, but those other two guys just stood there. Yes, Sai-C-10, Agent Kalor, and Kit Fisto absolutely got smacked. They were in a whole different realm. You know what's crazy too is the novelization goes into a much greater detail of, like, you know, a few of them. I can't remember if it's Sai-C-10 or Agent Kalor. Logan, maybe you can help me remember. But, like, one of them is asking, is the Chosen One coming with us? Like we're literally about to go and confront this Sith Lord, and Anakin is not coming with us. Are we sure about this? And then the other guy is like, waiting. I think it's Kit Fisto or somebody. I think he's like, are we waiting for Yoda? Should we wait for Yoda? You know, so, and it's so funny. And then they're also asking about ahch-to and another master. It's really funny, but they really wanted Anakin to be with them, which I think is crazy. You know, because there's a lot of Anakin Skywalker like people that think the Jedi hate Anakin, but, like, bro, they needed Anakin so much, and that's why I love that Revenge of the Sith novel, man, because it's so good. It goes into so much detail, and then they get there, and then they just get bodied, and Mace Windu is the only one who's, like, putting it to the test, bro. He is smacking Sidious, but Mace is also dying in that fight too because he's choking on the ozone of his lightsaber. But there's a lot of craziness in that fight, man. If you haven't read the Revenge of the Sith novel, please go ahead and do so. It's one of the greatest Star Wars novels of all time. It's one of the greatest novels I've ever read. It's fantastic. So excited for The Mandalorian and Grogu and Star Wars back on the big screen. So am I, Star Wars lover. I cannot wait. I'm very excited. I don't care what anybody says. I'm freaking stoked. Ahmad, so good to see you, everybody. Welcome, Ahmad with Ready Up. Says, Dagovere, do you think Matt Smith is playing a Darksider? Yes, I believe he's a Darksider. He's probably a renegade Darksider. I would like to see him be an acolyte of the cultists. I think that'd be really cool. I think it'd be interesting. I don't want to see a Sith. If I see a Sith, I'm going to be bummed. But I would like to see a renegade Darksider mercenary type of deal, you know, on a higher level than what we see with Balin. You know, so all right, let's get into the first news piece today. Let's see what's going on, guys. Here we go. All right, so it says, in a recent interview with the New York Times, Sean Levi says that he revealed while visiting the set of Star Wars, Tom Cruise helped him film a lightsaber duel after Levi jokingly offered him the job. I think that is really interesting. And there's a lot of things that I could probably talk shit about Tom Cruise. But one thing I cannot is his experience in acting and experience in action and being involved with some of the greatest action scenes in all of cinema, especially with Mission Impossible. I think Tom Cruise knows his stunts. That's one thing I really can't say anything bad about Tom Cruise. Is like, he's a stunt guy. This guy is Scientology in a body, and he is going around as if like he's, I don't know, using the blood of children to sustain his youth or something. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But this guy is driving motorcycles like he's 23 in his prime, and jumping out of, freaking Pelicans and any type of aircraft that is on literally in the stratosphere and doing these things. So I'm excited. I told you guys before that I think that Starfighter is going to be one of the best Star Wars movies. because of the people that are involved in it. And I'm not just talking about the director. I'm talking about the writer. I'm talking about the screenplay. I'm talking about everything. Like I just feel like everything about Starfighter is feeling how I felt about Rogue One and The Mandalorian. That's how I feel right now. So I'm pretty excited. And the fact that Tom Cruise was there, and he had a lot of input with a lot of those movies too, and some of the people that are doing this were also involved with the movies that he did as well. So I think when it comes in terms of action, guys, we might be sitting pretty here. We might have something. Do I think it's like going to be the best Star Wars movie ever? No. But I think it's going to be very good. I think it's going to be top tier for sure. So we'll see. I'll hold my breath. I'll die on that hill. But I'm very excited about this. How about you guys? What do you guys think? Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that on TikTok. These also cut extended fight scene. Yeah. Oh, yes, I know. Yes, I've seen on Nick Gillard's YouTube channel, dude. It's pretty crazy. Logan says, does Tom Cruise being involved mean Emperor Xenu in the play? Oh, man, dude. I think it's really interesting because, I don't know, what is like Scientology confirmed now in Star Wars? It's really crazy, dude. I'm not excited for either of the movies at the moment. Leon, it's like a battle with you every week. It's like a battle with you every week, but I understand. You know, I think that you should remain neutral. I think that you should remain neutral and stop looking up any negative stuff about Star Wars. I'm going to challenge you. I'm just going to challenge you. I want you to stop looking up negative stuff about Star Wars. And I know it's impossible because I know it's going to be on your feed. But I just want you to be neutral. Not positive, not negative. You know, you're excited for Star Wars. You are. That's why you're here. You love Star Wars. You know? But I'm telling you, I think that this movie's going to be good. I think this movie's going to be good. And you guys know, if I don't like something, I'm just going to tell you guys, you know. But I think this movie's going to be very good. You know, I'm actually can't wait for it. You know, of course I'm more excited about it than Mando and Grogu, but I'm still excited for Mando and Grogu. Gage says Yoda is actually the one who asks about Anakin going to the office. Is he? I do not remember. I could have sworn it was Agent Kalor. I think the book, damn it, the book is over there, and I see exactly, because I have notes in all my books, so I can't get up right now. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on. What movie? Starfighter. I cannot wait for it. Ben Quadraneros just got his hit series. It's 5 seasons. Yeah, I cannot wait for the racing game, though. It's going to be amazing. I heard the scream that Palpatine used was a dark side ability. Not in the book. Not in the book. But there is a dark side ability where you scream. There is a force scream, especially for Darksiders. There is. So that's like, he didn't use it there. But there is one for certain. Me too, Leon says. I feel this way because I've been let down too many times. You know, I understand that, but don't allow life and everything else to take away your spirit and excitement and love for things, okay? Because I think at the end of the day that if you allow that to control your emotions, I think it's going to be very hard to continuously find love for the franchise. Maybe you can with Battlefront or, you know, some of the books and stuff like that, but I think that there is a reward in trying to sever yourself from the emptiness you feel. You know, for me, it comes with a lot with like The Last Jedi. You know, I try excruciatingly hard to get excited about things that I'm not excited for. You know, not everybody is like that, and I think everybody has the right to be upset. You know, about a movie, you know, a song, a band, you know, a TV show, a franchise, a video game. You know, it's a part of your personality, and that shaped you as who you are today. But I think also, I think that I shouldn't allow, like, this is just my view, I shouldn't allow myself to get in the way of people loving the franchise the way I did. I don't like The Last Jedi. I don't like The Rise of Skywalker. But I'm not going to go out of my way to shit on someone that really enjoys it. And you're not doing that either. But I also think that sometimes you can sour your experience if, you just go at it like, you know. But that is also, my old age speaking, because I'm pushing 40. So I've tried so hard to continuously get excited for, so even like the Rise of Skywalker. I remember going there and being hyped, but I really felt like it was gonna be meh, and it was for me. But I'll put it on from time to time, and I'll feel some stuff. But I get hyped about the Mandalorian. I get hyped about Andor. I get hyped about the Bad Batch. I love the Bad Batch. Clone Wars Season 7. I love all the tales of the stuff, I'm not saying that every movie is going to be amazing after the Mando and Grogu, but I do think that those movies are going to be solid, for sure. That's exactly how I feel. Whoa, Adam Driver's twin. This is the second time someone has said that. You all crazy, bro. Jonathan, thank you so much. I don't know if it was the same person before, but I really appreciate that. What's your favorite movie? My favorite Star Wars movie or favorite movie in general? If you were to train from a strict master, who would it be? Mace Windu or Luminara? It's probably going to be Mace Windu all day. I do not like Luminara at all. Mace Windu, at the very least, I think so is Luminara. I would probably go with Mace, honestly. It would be very stressful, but I love Sam Jackson, bro. Mace. I like Mace. And also, like, when I read the novelization, because I was somewhat of a Mace hater, and then I read the novel, and I ended up loving Mace so much more, and particularly about how he handles the Anakin Skywalker situation. And the book just does him so well about, like, how much he cares, and he's, like, realizing how delicate Anakin's situation is, and he sees him as, like, the most powerful weapon in the galaxy that can literally end all things, and is there to support him when he realizes Sidious is a Sith Lord. That was amazing. And then when the fight is happening and Anakin is there, he tells Anakin to his face, "You are the chosen one. This is your destiny." And then Anakin betrays him. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy stuff, dude. That made me love Anakin. That made me love Mace Windu a lot more. Ahmad says the expanded universe was like that too. People just moved on if they didn't like something. Yes, and there's a lot of stuff in Legends that I think would not work as a movie, or may not have been anti-George Lucas or anti-the Force. Like, I think that the Samari, I think, are very, very polarizing for a movie. Especially the Yuuzhan Vong. And you guys know, I've been talking about this for years now. I'm not sure how people would appreciate the idea of something that is disconnected or negates the Force completely, especially after The Empire Strikes Back. Everything is connected to the Force, right? And then in The Phantom Menace, you have the midi-chlorians that basically, like, make it more scientific than magical, right? And I think if people have a problem with midi-chlorians, I think they're going to have a problem with something like the Yuuzhan Vong. And you guys know I've been talking about this for years. But even still, that is some of the good stuff. It's not like Han Solo fighting a giant ferret, or an interdimensional being, who is swallowing Luke Skywalker and then has a giant black hole inside of it, which could also be polarizing. For me, I like it, but then there's also the... I think it's the Jedi Knight. It's the Jedi series, where one of the frog kings that is, like, in charge of the Kessel mines, I think, some of the mines, is like he's having a bunch of children, and then he ends up killing the children that are raised and become like older and strong enough to challenge him, and he has them offed. That is something that is extremely dark, even for Star Wars. I don't know if those things would really stand the test of time to the movie-only fan, And then there's, of course, other things that's very weird and weird. Don't even get me started on Vergier. So there's a bunch of characters and things that I think is really crazy. This movie will be guessed. That's exactly how I feel, Jedi Connor. Everybody welcome Jedi Connor with a ready up inside the chat. Have you visited Galaxy's Edge at Disney? I live 15 minutes away, and I love it. It's one of the greatest places. And this is someone that is a Legends fan. I love that place. I know there's a lot of like die-hard anti-Disney people that can't stand any Disney Star Wars, but I think they did some things right with Batu and Galaxy's Edge. It is very fun. You go in there and you can just really soak it up. And yes, I understand not having Hoth or Tatooine or riding a Bantha but they have the meet the characters there with Vader. People walk around. I think it's cool as shit, man. I really do. If you ever get a chance to go there, I think you should. And if you even have enough money, build a lightsaber. It is an experience you will never forget. Genuinely. Leon says, it's about trust for me. If Ahsoka Season 2 isn't good, I'm not doing this to myself anymore. Doing what? What are you doing to yourself? I mean, like, I understand the show not, like, being shit, or not being good. I mean, I felt like, a lot of people talk about The Last Jedi, but I feel like Kenobi for me is, like, the project that I felt like just really, really, really underachieved. You have Anakin Skywalker coming back. You have Kenobi coming back. This is something that I felt like was like the potential, in my opinion, was even more so than the sequel trilogy for me, because it has been you with nostalgia. So you would think at the very least it could match, right? But even still, like I don't remember a lot of the first or 5 episodes, but I love the finale. I love the finale. And then when I throw in Duel of Fates in there, I really enjoy that. And there's a couple lines in Kenobi as well, like, I am what you made me. That is a bar, man. That's freaking amazing. And then, and then the other one, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. Yes, everything else is not really great, but for me, that shit is amazing. I would never take that back. I would never take that away. I would take all of the nonsense and keep that, because that to me is what I needed. It shouldn't always be that way. But the only thing I think you're doing to yourself at the end of the day is being consumed by the hate and the nonsense. But dude, if you don't like this shit, no one's forcing you to watch it. There's other material. There's fan films, there's a bunch of stuff you can do, but I understand that it shouldn't be that way, I understand. I hear you, man. Trust me, I understand. Disney Star Wars isn't bad. I don't understand the hate. I think, Star Wars lover, I think that, I'll challenge you. I will say that Disney Star Wars isn't bad. I would say that is correct, because I think the continuity is amazing. I love the books. I love the comics. I think the animation is freaking insane. I think Star Wars Visions is one of the greatest freaking projects of all time. That's very George Lucas. What I think Disney Star Wars is watered down, rushed, lacking execution, lacking passion, lacking love. Want to know why? Because yes, it's Disney. It's owned by Disney, But then I look at a project like Andor, and I say, holy shit, you did it. Why can't we do every project like this? You want to know why? And it's because it doesn't make money. They spent millions and millions of dollars on it, and still, yes, people watched it, but not everybody watched it, I do think Disney Star Wars is overhated. But I think a lot of that criticism is deserved, because all anybody's going to look at is the sequel trilogy. That's the majority of fans are going to be watching, is the main movies. So when that is the only experience they have of Disney Star Wars, that is why they're going to say Disney Star Wars is shit. They're not going to be reading the books. They're not going to be watching the cartoons or the animation. They're not going to be watching Visions. And they sure as shit are not going to be watching $20 a month Andor. And that's just the reality of the situation, and why it's so important for Disney to really up the consistency of quality. because over time people will continue to watch it. But it's so easy for people to hate on it these days, and that's why it's going to be really hard for them to win fans back. I still think that Mando and Grogu will make 400 to 500 million in the box office because it's Mandalorian. It is a very good IP, no matter what anybody wants to admit. But Starfighter and Ahsoka Season 2 are going to be really interesting because those are going to be like taking you into the next year and then starting off the new year. So we'll see. I don't think it's a coincidence that the Rey movie got replaced with Starfighter at all. I think it's not a coincidence at all. I think that they realized that Ben Solo was probably going to come back and people want Finn. So I think they need to take their time. I don't see the issue. It doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong, whether it's left or right or people that hate Rey. I think that it's a good thing that they're not starting off with that movie when that trilogy is so criticized. Anthony, what question are you talking about? Let me see. Anthony says, I see. Just let him go. Let go of your expectations. That is my advice. I'm trying to see your question, fam. I don't really see it. Do you mind reposting it? I might not have been able to see it. I appreciate it. By the way, everybody, welcome Daddy Sheep Turtle Bomb Pro with a ready up inside the chat. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I hope you guys can send out the stuff. Kenobi was so sad. Yeah, man. I did love a part of it. You think Anakin shows up again in Disney canon? He has in Ahsoka. I don't see why he wouldn't show up in Ahsoka Season 2. I think he's very important to the arc of their stories, and if they want to do anything regarding Ben Solo, I think he's going to be important too. Galactic Gateway says, Kennedy couldn't secure consistent projects. So many directors, writers walked away from projects. I don't think that's Kennedy's fault. I think that's the pressure of the directors and realizing that they don't know shit about Star Wars. I think Kathleen Kennedy deserves more praise than criticism because of the risk that she took. The sequel trilogy is one thing. Ultimately, that falls on her. She is the captain of the team. That's her problem, But at the end of the day, too, I can't say that Star Wars Visions is something bad that she did. I can't say that Andor is something bad that she did. I can't say that the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, which had so much influence all over the freaking world to the point people were buying Baby Yoda, knew who Baby Yoda was even when they didn't know the series and never watched Star Wars, and then kept saying this is the way. I think that she's fantastic. I still think that she might be better at Filoni at making decisions about what risks to take and what not than Filoni would, But that has yet to be seen, and we'll see. Mind you, I'm not a defender. I'm just telling you how I feel about the overall situation, even though I do not like The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Logan says, that's not the worst thing Dolly did. He had harem of frogs. Yes, that is also, Logan. Yes, that's exactly. I was trying to say that without saying it. Essentially. Yeah, I'm ready for Starfighter 2, fam. I cannot wait. Did you post, Anthony, again? Did you post your question again? Gage says, the Rey movie didn't get replaced. It's still in production. Same with the other 2 announced. Yes, it's not replaced. Anybody that said that, that's incorrect. Yes, I don't think I said that. I was just saying I think it's good that it hasn't come out yet. I think they need to build momentum up, butter people up, and then bring that out. And I still think that movie should not be moving at all unless it has Finn in it. That's just my personal opinion. And now that the Hunt for Ben Solo, we know how much production went into it. We know how much money went into it. If you don't have a whisper of Ben Solo and Finn, I don't know, man. I don't know. Leon says, to what extent do you think the Jedi or Darksiders are in Starfighter? I thought there wouldn't be any at all. There probably isn't a Jedi. Anybody can use a lightsaber. It doesn't take a Force user to use a lightsaber. So we know there's a lightsaber battle, right? It also could be 2 Darksiders, guys. What if the Darksider decides to not want to fight somebody? Or maybe this is the origin story of the renegade Darksider. You know? It doesn't always have to be a red and blue lightsaber. It could be too red. You know? It could be too blue. Just like Revenge of the Sith. You know? I think that's the problem with how people consistently scrutinize media. And they think that it's always going to be black and white, where we have different directors and different people that are going to come out Star Wars. So you just have to wait and see. B-Rad, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Everybody, welcome B-Rad with a ready up. Greetings, Lord of Beskar. That's a really cool name. I like that. It's a hard knock life being a Star Wars fan. Yeah, it is. I know. I know it is. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's why you love it. That's why you continue the grind. That's why you deal with it. Thoughts on Ahsoka Tano? One of the best Jedi ever. Maybe super plot armor heavy. But I don't hate her. I really enjoy her. She's definitely grown on me over time. I don't understand Finn not becoming a Jedi and Palpatine coming back. The sucker blew up. Well, I mean, Palpatine has always come back in the continuity of like 40 plus years of Star Wars. He's the be all. He's the big bad. I don't think the idea of bringing Palpatine back is bad. I just did not like the execution of it. Finn not becoming a Jedi. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, dude. How would you feel about the trilogy of the Old Republic? Don't give me a trilogy. Give me 9 movies. That's how I feel. Give me 9 movies, an MMO. You got Fate of the Old Republic coming out here, which is basically going to light canonize the Old Republic. Give me TV series. It's a whole different era. I think you can do so much stuff there, and you can tell stories around the Mandalorian Wars. You can tell stories around Knights of the Old Republic 2 and even Fate of the Old Republic. It's a whole new world, guys. You know, the limit is there. Old Republic is fantastic. I think a lot of people would love it. Especially movie only. Dude, I'm getting my Revenge of the Sith poster custom framed. Let's go, man. If you ever get that stuff going on social media, you have to send it to me, dude. Laurel says, ever thought about doing a Kylo Ren cosplay? I'm sure you've heard this before. What the fuck? You guys are so cool today. You guys are making me feel so goddamn cool, dude. Yes, I have. If you go on my Dagovere account, or Lord Dagovere on Threads, and or Twitter, I have it there. I have Kylo Ren. I also did Smilo Ren, who is the Stranger. I call him Smilo Ren. I also did the Stranger. But yeah, I got the whole getup. I do not F around. I take it very seriously. I agree that the Phantom Menace is the worst. Wild take. I don't know, but I love Phantom Menace. The problem I have with the sequel trilogy is that Palpatine coming back, it renders Anakin's sacrifice for his son completely meaningless. I will challenge you and say no, that it doesn't. In fact, I will challenge you and say that it doesn't actually affect the Chosen One's prophecy at all. And mind you, I'm someone that does not like The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker. I think that when you watch The Rise of Skywalker, Sidious is always coming back. And even at the end of that fight, do you know who is there to stop them? It's Ben Solo and Rey. And Rey is using not only Leia Skywalker, who is literally the daughter of Anakin Skywalker. She's also using Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. That cannot happen if Anakin does not exist. Anakin still has a whole say and power into destroying Darth Sidious for good. And if you didn't read the comic, which I think is actually the best version of this, Luke Skywalker and Anakin are standing right next to Rey the entire time she's using the Be With Me technique and summoning all the Jedi. I don't think it I don't think it messes with his legacy at all. And I think it only amplifies it, because even when he's not there, he's still a Force ghost destroying Sidious. I think it's fantastic. And that's why I think the continuity in the new canon is still pretty solid, pretty strong. You know, that's how it is, man. That's how I feel, genuinely. Anthony, did I miss your question again? I don't think I've seen you post. Let me know. Do you think Vader and Luke were trying to kill each other? Because I don't. Vader absolutely was trying to kill Luke. Vader was absolutely trying to kill Luke. Luke was going to kill Vader too if it wasn't for him snapping out of it and realizing he dipped into the dark side. You know, if Definitely go back and rewatch Return of the Jedi, because you really start to see Vader. Vader is a husk, and it's sad because he's being controlled by, the demon Sidious. I think that's what's also so special about that movie, is all that stuff. Where did you get the poster behind you? Bottle cap. I think it's bottle cap or bottleneck posters. One of those two. As soon as the Star Wars movies come out, that site will hire an artist to make a movie poster for those movies that are coming out, and you have to pre-order them. If not, it is practically impossible to get them. I don't think Vader was trying to kill Luke. I think Vader was absolutely trying to kill Luke. Absolutely. The only reason why he snapped out of everything, was because Sidious was about to kill Luke. That was it, and that's what made him snap. It made him realize. That's what's so special about the whole thing. He finally became Anakin again. Anakin killed Vader this time. They also got the High Republic in the Jedi comic too. Yes, they do. They do. Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do. Yes. Logan says, I have on one hand painted cells using the animation of the Ewoks cartoon. I'm going to find the exact scene it's from and frame it. Oh, yeah, dude. I was literally watching that the other day. What's crazy is that there's 2 seasons of that, but there's only 1 episode in the 2nd season, and that's it. It ended. I don't know the history behind that show. I wasn't allowed to watch cartoons back in the day, and I'm pretty sure that shit came out in like the late 80s, But I was just checking it out, and I was like, what the hell? There's only 1 episode in the 2nd season, and it's like a 40-minute episode. So I don't know if it's like a finale to like tie things up or what. I don't know if anybody knows. Yes, but how do you want to kill Luke, and then 5 minutes later you don't? He's Anakin Skywalker. He's been a slave to Sidious for so long. How do you love Padme and then choke her out? How do you want to be the greatest Jedi of all time and kill children? That's who Anakin is. That's exactly who Anakin is. The logic is there, guys. Anakin, as much as he's my favorite character, he's a dumbass that makes stupid ass choices, and that's why he was the Emperor's dog for so long. I think Luke was trying to kill Vader, though, especially when he threatened Leia. Yeah, no, he tapped into the dark side. Yes, absolutely, he succumbed. Yes, he was going to kill Vader until he realized he was going down the same path. That's the whole point of him looking at his hand, It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Am I in Empire territory, my friend? Grand Admiral Thrawn? I don't know. It depends, man. This could be the Chiss Ascendancy if you wanted it to be. What's up? Yo, XO Outpost, so good to see you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sometimes the TikTok chat goes a little too fast and I can't see. Dang it. I see your suit in the background. My suit. I don't know. I'm not a stormtrooper, bro. This ain't no RP shit. Leon says we've seen how Vader fights when he wants to kill people, and he wasn't fighting like that in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Okay, Leon. Okay, so you're dealing with 2. Okay, here we go, bro. So you're dealing with 2 different characters, all right? You're dealing with Luke Skywalker, Empire Strikes Back, who barely even has a grasp of what the Force is, okay? And he's only had maybe like, let's say about a month with Yoda of understanding everything that he is. And then after that, after he's struggling and completely fails all of Yoda's lessons, he goes to The Empire Strikes Back and gets bitch slapped, okay? A whole year has passed where Luke has done some shit and been on a whole soul-searching spiritual level of things where he's basically a Super Saiyan at this point now, to the point he even makes his own lightsaber, okay? And that's supposed to be like one of the biggest hints that Luke is on a whole nother level, that he made his own lightsaber. He's using abilities that Darth Vader is using in the beginning of the Return of the Jedi. That's also signifying how much power that he has. Remember, he chokes the Gamorrean guard, just like Vader. He's in all black, like Vader. And then he goes and does some of the craziest stuff that he does, because he's even more tactical and calm, signifying that he has ascended into power. He is standing in front of Darth Sidious, and in that realm, he is the conduit of the Force. He's the conduit of the Force. The Force is literally intervening because Darth Vader and Sidious are that strong. And Luke is that guy. Darth Vader is absolutely trying to kill his son. He even tells Luke in the movie, I must obey my master. I don't give a shit if you're my son. I must obey my master. He's not holding punches, bro. Luke fucking beats him because he taps only when he taps into the dark side. That's it. That is it. You know, season 2 has 14 episodes. Interesting. There's only one that I saw on Disney Plus. I could be fucking lying. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to check and see. So I wonder if I have to go and watch it anywhere else. How can you convince me that Vader was trying to kill his son in that moment? Because he's talking about Kenobi's failure and talking about his own daughter like it's another prize for the Emperor to have. Like, yeah, guys, do we not watch Return of the Jedi? Luke Skywalker has his defensive down. He has his lightsaber disengaged, and Vader is trying to kill Luke. I think you guys should go watch Return of the Jedi again, guys. I think that you guys should go watch it again. You know, Heir to the Empire confirmed that the Gamorreans was a mind trick, which is weird to me. Yeah, but like I love Timothy Zahn, but there's some stuff in that book too that can be a little whack, and I think that is probably not the same stuff that George was thinking. You know, I don't even think George knew what he was trying to do with Luke, but that's just me. I personally just don't think so. Okay, that's it, and then that's it. You don't want to be convinced. You've already made your mind up, and that's fine. You know, that's it. Do you think Rebels Ahsoka could stand a chance against Return of the Jedi Luke? I think Ahsoka is way more experienced than Luke Skywalker, even having fought Vader and the Emperor. I think Ahsoka could absolutely teach Luke a few lessons. But Luke's potential is far higher than Ahsoka. Even at the end of Ahsoka season 1, where she's quite powerful, which is really interesting. But she's not in the same domain as Luke. You know, towards the end of their powers. But still, I don't know what's going to happen to Ahsoka. So, unless she gets like even right now, even still, she gets like some crazy buff patches. You know. Joshua says, that's just like your opinion, man. Yeah, for real. Not I. Vader was... do you think Rebels... So it's because Palpatine thought that Vader was trying to kill Luke, so Vader worked out. Interesting. Rey's stronger than them. Okay, that's fine. Luke is just a level where he's the only one there. I think he's quite strong. I think he's... I wouldn't say he's full potential Anakin, but he's definitely like the son of the Chosen One, for sure. Someone behind me? Yeah, it's my freaking animatronic. I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's it for TikTok. What's whack? Okay, so but when Vader finds out about his sister, then Vader could possibly want Luke dead. But then Luke becomes him for a moment and then turns back to the light. He was conflicted and bluffed all the time like Kylo Ren. Dude, no. What are you talking about? Leon. I'm so surprised you think like this, man. I feel like I've failed as a teacher. Oh, man. Kylo Ren was not bluffing. Kylo Ren was committing genocide. Do you think that's bluffing? Vader was not bluffing. Vader killed like every Jedi that wasn't Kenobi. I mean... Nah, man. Nah, dude. Vader was that guy. And Vader was the Emperor's dog for a reason, man. Choked out his wife, killed younglings, tried killing his best friend, eventually succeeded with an asterisk, right? chops off his own son's hand? Hello? When Vader is sitting there on Empire Strikes Back, he sees Luke fall, and he's like, who the hell made this bitch so weak? He's so embarrassed and humiliated, you know, that his son is that weak, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's my view in the way I see it, but I'm influenced by the lore and how I've, you know, what George has said, what I've read from Star Wars archives, you know. Luke Skywalker was going to die in that room, guys. He was going to die. If Vader does not realize his son is dying and he's about to kill the only thing left that's connected to Padme, Luke is dead. You know? Leon, yes, okay, I already read that. Logan says it was actually Luke. They don't know that. They don't know that, Luke. They don't know that, Logan. When Rey says you're a monster and Kylo Ren says yes, I am, it always came across as he was saying that to himself and trying to convince himself more than Rey. No. That movie is his movie. He is very, very. He's committed in that movie. That's the whole point of the movie. Man. Guys, I do not want to rewatch The Last Jedi, but I will rewatch it to help you understand that it is Kylo Ren's best movie. And he is so committed. That's why he's able to deceive Snoke. Because Snoke's dumb ass legitimately thinks that he has control of him. But Kylo Ren has finally found the power that he's been trying to find. And that is his conviction. You know? He does have a soft spot for his mother. But after that moment that he realized Snoke is using him, that's it. It's gone. Kylo Ren is the villain, you know? Come on, guys. I know we do not like the sequel trilogy as a whole, but Kylo Ren is one of the main, one of the strongest points of that whole thing, and he has conviction in that movie. It is literally his turning point. He was not going to have a redemption story. And then that's how it was in The Rise of Skywalker. And even still in The Rise of Skywalker, he is very committed, you know, until his mom dies. And then that changes him, you know. So, anyway. The Last Jedi watch party, I mean, if you guys really want that, I will, look, genuinely, we will watch it. I won't say anything. I'll talk about the things that I like, you know, and then I will get butthurt after. What are your thoughts on the new announcement, Star Wars games set in the Old Republic? Fantastic. I need more. That's how I think. Fantastic. About damn time. Let's go. This is the way, baby.
This is the way.
Let's go. I hate those movies, but Kylo is the best part of the sequels by a huge margin. Yeah, Tom. That's how I feel too. You know, I like The Force Awakens though. I love The Force Awakens. But the other two, anyway. A guy in charge says it releases before 2030. Yes, it's probably going to release. I'm thinking 2028 November. That's what I'm thinking. I forgive you for breaking my Game Boy Color when I was 7. I know this person, but I don't know this person. When I was... Hey, yo. Hey, that's not fair. I've broken a few Game Boys that were not mine back in my day. I was an asshole, guys. I was a Kylo Ren. Rey is hot and badass, so I don't mind her. Writers just messed up her story. I don't think that she's a bad character. I just think that they did not invest into her as much as they should have with better villains and a great vision. I do not have anything against Rey. I do not have anything against Daisy. In fact, I urge them to invest into the character more so I can enjoy the character more. And the only way to do that is to create great villains and write great stories. You know, that's how I feel about that. Force Awakens was so amazing and such a great build-up. Gabriel was fantastic. I think about it all the time, man. I cannot tell you how excited I was at my shitty-ass dead-end job. And I watched, and then John Cena tweeted about it, and I was so hyped. I will never forget the trailer. It was so good. Has Anthony sent his question? I think he said you didn't answer my question and then just left. I failed him. I failed him, guys. Just like I failed the Nintendo Game Boy I broke from that 7-year-old. Rebel Dom says the KOTOR remake, Eclipse, and Fate of the Old Republic, and possibly KOTOR 2 remake are going to be peak. I can't wait. But guys, I'm so excited for this year's video games, guys. We have 2 video games that are coming out. We have the Star Wars Racer coming out, and then we have the XCOM. Was it 000 something? I can't wait. Zero Company? I can't wait, man. He is what you made him. Yeah. Oh, for real, dude. I love it, dude. The poster is dope. Thank you so much, Trey. What did you think of the play you seen in Act Like? I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was so goddamn stupid that they freaking canceled that goddamn show, even though I really did not like half the episodes. George Lucas would not cancel it. He would not give a shit about what you guys thought, how much money it did not make. He would invest into it, and I think that's one of the biggest problems with Disney. They see dollars, they see views, and then they say, oh shit, we effed up. This is not doing this again. We can't do this again. I think that's ridiculous. You should make up for what you effed up on. Make season 2 better. Upgrade it. Give more money to the writers. Bring in Tony Gilroy. Bring in Dave Filoni. Bring in George Lucas. I don't care. Just don't cancel Star Wars shows. It just makes it worse. That's a bigger F up than the sequel trilogy, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that sequel trilogy's fucked up. I'm just saying, we have to learn from the past, guys, and canceling Star Wars projects is not a good look. Not a good look. I don't care how bad the show is. Stop and make future episodes and future seasons better. Better. What if George Lucas stopped after The Phantom Menace because people hated Jar Jar Binks? I'm serious. What if George Lucas stopped with The Phantom? What if George Lucas never made the Clone Wars because the Clone Wars animated movie was shit? I think that's a stupid-ass mentality, man. It gets me so... Guys, I'm about to crash out. It gets me so frustrated. I don't care how bad the show is. You bought this damn thing for $5 billion. Act like it. Act like it means something to you. Invest into the goddamn thing. Damn it. But I'm just a freaking nerd that has a stormtrooper behind me. So it's not like I know anything. Jesus. I want Solo too. Yes, same. So did Leia. She wanted Solo too. What's the next Star Wars coming out? So we're gonna have Ahsoka. We're gonna have Maul Shadow Lord. We're going to have the Ninth Jedi, which is gonna be amazing. Then we're gonna have Mando and Grogu, which is gonna be probably coming out first. I think Mando and Grogu's first, guys, coming out in May. So be ready. Be ready, baby. Or maybe Shadow Lord is going to come out first. Who knows? They want to let the past die, though. Stop it, Leon. Damn, that was actually pretty cold, Leon. I'm not even going to lie. That was rude. I didn't even get to go over all the stuff I wanted to go over today. But we can go over it next time. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Where's Grand Admiral Gunnar Bugsy, man? I've not seen that kid today. Don't know where he is. I love Star Wars with all my heart, but I am not excited for it anymore. Leon, you about to make a friend today. He's got a lot of stuff, man. He's pretty cool. I understand. But if you ever want to get excited for Star Wars, you come talk to me, bro. We'll talk about some stuff. It really makes me depressed when I see someone that they're not excited for Star Wars. That's actually why I got into content creation. I started making videos. It's because I want to find people to talk Star Wars with. I know how it feels, guys. I understand. I walked out of The Last Jedi 2 very depressed and sad. But I did not let that stop me from getting excited about things. I guarantee you there's a show out there. Maybe you didn't like the first time. Or maybe it's a comic or book or something. And I guarantee you will enjoy it if you have a different perspective. I'm not saying you're going to like the movies that you don't like. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe the other projects need a different approach. That's all I'm saying. And I would love to talk about whatever that might be for you and help you, because I do not want you to not be excited for the future. Everything Star Wars, I fanboy over. Damn, that's kind of crazy, bro. I fanboy over a lot, but I don't. I mean, sometimes those prices for them Legos are crazy, and I do not fan over certain projects for sure. But I love most of it, definitely. Yo, Diet, it's so good to see you, fam. Question. What was Old Ben's first lie to Luke? Probably about his father. Definitely, probably about his father for sure. I guess also R2-D2 never owning a droid. He definitely kind of had R4. Yeah, I don't know. There's actually a few times. I mean, I don't know. But Obi-Wan Kenobi to Luke is very interesting, because I don't think he's a very great mentor. Yeah. I love talking about it, but being excited for projects is hard for me. Don't worry, Josh. You come over here every Tuesday and get inside the Discord, fam. I guarantee I'll probably change that. Now, the Lego part, you got to go to the AliExpress for the UCS sets. Lego's overpriced. I don't know, man. I like Lego. I just got into it too, man. It's so frustrating to see everything. It's crazy. Production IG is cooking. Ooh, Rebel Dom in the space of ball knowledge. I like it, dude. Apparently, Ben's first lie was stormtroopers have great aim. That is hilarious. That's actually funny. If I'm wrong, I'm okay with being wrong about that. But I'm pretty sure he talked about the lightsaber first and the droid first. Slower paced fights in Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi made sense, though, when you consider Luke and Vader's mental states and how angry they got at certain points. Yeah, but it's also shot in the 80s, All right, guys, any last questions? TikTok, guys, I really appreciate you. We're going to end the stream over here on YouTube. So if you guys want to see more, please go over there, and I will see you around, guys. Going over on Lord Dagovere on YouTube. We're almost at 10K. Subscribers, please. I'll see you. Bye. Dude, I had a bunch of people there, man, today. That was crazy. That was a very active chat over there, guys. That was pretty cool. They're pretty cool, and I just ditched them for you guys. But we're gonna end the stream here with all you homies. So, any other questions, my guys? I feel like we had a really good discussion today. I'm sorry, Leon. I know how it feels, man. Did I ever tell you how I felt after I watched The Last Jedi? Did I ever tell you guys that story? I feel like I have. I feel like it's like I'm over here, old Dagovere, telling you stories, the same stories. Yeah, Grandpa. Okay, sure, Grandpa. That's how I feel it is sometimes. What would have happened if Leia was trained by Luke instead? What would have happened if Yoda trained Leia instead? In my honest opinion, I think Leia falls to the dark side. I think Leia has a lot of anger. I think Leia is very strong. But I think Leia also has an extraordinary amount of resolve and conviction, and that might be something that would give her an advantage fighting Vader, because she's not going to have any type of empathy or sympathy for Vader. She might kill Vader if she's trained correctly. She might be the Jaina Solo before Jaina Solo. I do think, though, that she is a little naive. I don't think she has as much wisdom and grace as Padme did, which is also a very interesting part of who she is as a character. But Leia she's going to throw hands. And that might be pretty good against Vader, but I don't know if she beats the Emperor in the end, because I think that she's too rash. I think that she's too quick. She's too aggressive, more so than Padme. But she is very powerful. She is the son of she is the daughter of the Chosen One too. She's a Skywalker, and they be throwing haymakers. So that's also interesting. The what ifs is really crazy. I'm very compelled at the idea of what happens to Leia overall, for sure. Yeah, it's really crazy. And then there's also, what else is there, Logan, outside of Infinities? Isn't she also trained in and she's also fighting in the Force Unleashed 2 or something? Something like that, dude. Jeff says, it must be remembered when Star Wars was first made, Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker were two people. I don't think Obi-Wan lied. Yes. Yes. So, when Star Wars is first made, I think it's different. I genuinely, like, I think it's very different. But when the whole movie's connected, the 6 movies, 9 movies is connected, Obi-Wan Kenobi's lying. He's lying the entire time, and that's just a George flaw for me. That's just the George stuff. I don't remember him boning a droid. I mean, Alec Guinness in that is very much not telling the entire truth. And then even in Empire Strikes Back, he's even saying, well, from what I told you was true from a certain point of view. Yeah, bullshit, dude. It's not. Or is that Return of the Jedi? I think that's Return of the Jedi. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know. It's hard for me to not see it that way, I found a really cool Star Wars fan-made content Instagram page. The stuff they post look official shots from the movies. Please don't post anything that is not AI. Please don't put anything here. I don't like AI. Don't put it in here. You can put it here. How about this? How about this, Logan? Because I know, or Leon, I know that you were excited. You can put it in random. Put it in random. And the social point. It's not AI? Okay. All right, cool. Then put it in the live action chat. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that, fam. No problem. Is the stormtrooper behind you repping the... Yeah, you said that already, Logan. What do you mean from Los Santos? Oh, did you guys want to see the freaking hat I got? So this is the Endor hat. This is the hat they got from, what the hell is it? I get it every year. What the hell's the goddamn thing? Columbia. I only see purple. So that is that's the Gengar. It's Gengar hat. So no, I haven't. No. I don't play GTA. I don't play. I used to play Saints Row. So yeah, this is a hat. I still think it's not on correctly. I think it needs to be like this. But you can also take this off and it goes down. So it's pretty cool. Skywalker Academy, thank you so much for being here, bro. I think, oh, by the way, you're another tribute of yours made it on Reddit, by the way. Just wanted to let you know, which is pretty cool. Ah, man. Yeah, I know. Battlefront, I wish they had crossplay, man. If that game had crossplay, we'd be playing it all the time. But I have a capture card now, guys. And so if you want me to play Fortnite with all my Star Wars stuff, we can do that too if you guys want to do that. It was the Ronin one. That's the one I saw. But yeah, I also have I also got the camouflage shirt. That was it. That's all I really got from that. But just wanted to show you guys. I know I get some stuff now and then. But also, guys, I'm probably getting a haircut. I really wanted to make it longer. I had this like Aragorn thing that I was doing. I don't know. I don't think it's working out. So I'm going to try to shape my hair. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, just want to let you guys know. Unnecessary updates from Unkavir. Unkavir in the chat. But that's it. You guys have any more questions? If not, we're probably going to head out. Okay. Oh my god, I just saw my... Dude, I have such a huge ass. What the fuck? I just saw the freaking stream. Oh my gosh. No, not the Adam Driver cut. I know, bro. I know, man. I know. I love it, dude. I know. I know, man. I know. One last look. Well, I don't know when it's gonna happen. Maybe it'll happen next Monday. Show me. Say it. I am a monster. That's no. Logan. We'll watch the rest of the stream later. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, guys, every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are the shorts. So go on there and like them, share them with your friends, let them know. Please, we are so close to 10K subscribers, guys. 10K, man. We're so close to 10K. I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate you guys. Love talking Star Wars with you guys. But you know what, man? It's about that time, guys. The temple is calling. As always, coming into the Dark Temple, visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, and Kyle Katarn, and so many of the Force sensitives like yourself. I am Lord Dagovere, and I'll see you around. Deuces.